With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone, let's start the question. The question says that a small ball is projected from a point B towards a vertical wall as shown in the figure. It hits the ball when its velocity is horizontal. Ball reaches point B after one bounce on the floor. The question of restitution, assuming it to be same for two collisions, is n by 2. Find the value of n. So now, let's say we have projected the ball with some initial velocity u. At this point, as the velocity is becoming horizontal, it will be nothing but u cos theta. Now, after bouncing, it will now be equal to, in the opposite direction, u cos theta. So we can find out what is the vertical component of the velocity. Therefore, we know that if the velocity is horizontal at the final point, that means the ball is at a maximum height from its position. Therefore, we know that h is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g, and this distance will be nothing but half the range, and range by 2 will now be equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by 2g. So this will be the conditions. Now further, at the point of collision, so let's call this point as A, first collision point, B as the second collision point. At point A, initial velocity with which it strikes is u cos theta. The velocity with which it is going to bounce back, I'll call it as BA along x-axis, will be u cos theta, and vertically downward velocity will not change. So we can find out what is the vertical velocity, because finally it is falling down. So at this point, since only horizontal is there, so at this point I can find out what is the vertical component of the velocity. So vertical component of the velocity will now be equal to BAY will now be equal to u sine theta, because collision is happening along x-axis only, not along y-axis. So y component will remain the same. Now with this velocity it is going to travel a height of h with this height, with this velocity now. So we can calculate what is the relationship between E and U, right? So now let's say this distance is x here. So we can also calculate what is the x. First of all, we have to find out time of flight from A to B. So if we are trying to find out time of flight from A to B, the component of velocity is completely horizontal there. There is no vertical component. So at this point B, so this we'll write it here. So as it is completely vertical, the height h it is falling down, we already know it is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So h is equal half g t square. So this should be simply half g into t square. 2t goes away, so this will now be t will be equal to under root u square sine square theta divided by g square. Therefore, time taken to fall down will now be equal to t is equal to u sine theta divided by g. And the distance x, let's call this x1. The distance x1 will be equal to u into t. So eu cos theta into u sine theta into g. That will be the x value. So from this I can rewrite it as eu square cos theta sine theta divided by g, right? So that will be the value. Now when it hits the point B, at point B, the velocity vector will be along this tangential. So I can find out what is the velocity vector along x-axis and y-axis. This is going to be theta. This is going to be VB sine theta, vertically downward VB cos theta. So that will be the theta values. Therefore, along x-axis it is VB sine theta, along y-axis it is going to be VB cos theta. So we can say that now, since it is bouncing back, there is change in the horizontal component again. So the velocity will be in this direction. So that component is changing now. So if at all I am talking about it, so in incident velocity is in this direction, the bouncing velocity, let's say this angle is theta, this will be 90 minus theta. So this two are 90 degrees, so this should be theta. So this will be now u cos theta and v sin theta. So VB we have to find out. So to find out VB will be under root 2gh that will be under root 2g into u square sine square theta divided by 2g, which is nothing but u sine theta. That is VB along y-axis. Now VB along x-axis, if we are looking, it will become EU square. VB along x-axis will now be EU square cos theta. So will be EU square cos theta. So with this initial velocity, it is going to complete this projectile of range x2. So we can find out. Now we are supposed to find out what is n value such that I have given after two collisions it is n divided by 2. So if we are solving this further, let's try to find out the range x2. So range x2 will now be equal to 2u sine u square sine 2u square sine 2 theta cos theta by g. Therefore this will be now equal to e u square cos theta ux into uy sine theta into 2 divided by g. Therefore we know that from the figure x1 plus x2 should be equal to r divided by 2. So let's substitute. X1 is EU square cos theta sin theta by g. EU square, this will now be equal to, now here there is a square, here there is a square. So we will be getting EU square cos theta sin theta by g, theta sin theta by g, that is the x1 value, and then we get plus 2 e square u square cos theta sin theta by g, that should be equal to half of the range. So half of the range will be u square sin 2 theta by 2g, that is nothing but 2u square sin theta cos theta divided by 2g. G can be cancelled out, so I can take sin theta cos theta common. So sin theta cos theta into u square, I am taking common, I am left with e plus e square is equal to e plus 2u square is equal to this 2 goes away, u square sin theta cos theta. So u square sin theta cos theta, u square sin theta cos theta is eliminated. Now we are left with 2e square plus e minus 1 is equal to this as writing this as 2e square plus 2e minus e minus 1 is equal to 0. Taking 2e common, we will be having e plus 1, minus 1 common, we will be having e plus 1 is equal to 0. So 2e minus 1 into e plus 1 is equal to 0. So we get two roots, e is equal to half and e is equal to minus 1. So e is not equal to minus 1, so this cannot be the answer. Therefore now e will be equal to half. Therefore this is going to be the value of coefficient of restitution, and n value will be equal to 1. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.